What's up, everybody? Stan here. Hope everybody's been well. Today we have a little bit of a different video. Dehancer, which if you're not familiar, is a film emulation plugin. Their team reached out to me to ask would I be willing to do a little bit of a review, and really was a no-brainer. I've been using Dehancer for the most part of the year, and I've gotten a few questions from people on how I have graded my footage. And so I wanted to kind of share a tool that I've utilized this year that helped me push some of the looks I have. And yeah, I think hopefully I can provide a little bit of value today. So really quick, for those not familiar with Dehancer, Dehancer is a OFX video plugin built to help filmmakers, cinematographers, and creators achieve a film-like look in a simple and really time-efficient manner. Dehancer offers a wide range of tools, features that really help streamline the editing process to help you create your ideal image while eliminating the need for complex node trees or having a super advanced understanding of your chosen editing software. As we know, color grading, and specifically a software that we're working in today like DaVinci Resolve, the color grading has a little bit of a learning curve, to be honest. And if you're not familiar with that, I believe Dehancer is a really, really good tool to have that can really just speed it up, and you can produce some amazing things with this in a fraction of the time. So yeah, I really just want to kind of showcase that today. And I also want to say, Dehancer's not sponsoring this video. They're not paying me to say anything good about it. They're providing me the plugin to really just make a full and honest review. And I thought it would be nice to just show you guys a tool that I've used and it's worked out for me. So yeah, we'll kind of just jump right into DaVinci Resolve and take a look at a few clips. And so jumping right in here to DaVinci Resolve, we're gonna take a look at one clip. I already have it graded, but I think we might just do a fresh grade on it. But as you can see, this is the results that you can get with Dehancer here. Simple clip, literally all done in one node. Rec 709 conversions, exposure adjustments, everything done in one single node. No massive node tree, no complications. Yeah, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna reset the node, and we're gonna go through and kind of get you guys familiar with Dehancer here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this Dehancer plugin, throw it on top of the node. I'm gonna get that out the way. As you can see, they throw on a few defaults. A film profile, which we'll go into, so we get that out the way, and then we'll remove the film grain that they throw on there, which we'll also get into. So I like to start off with a clean image because, of course, we wanna just get our conversions right, and then we kind of move down the chain, right? So first things first, we'll do our conversion, which all we need to do here, super simple, is choose our camera, choose our vendor, which is our brand, Panasonic, and we go ahead and choose the actual camera that we're using, which is going to be the S5. All the footage, or all this shot right here was S5 Vlog. So seeing input, our basic exposure dials, temperature, tint comp, all the stuff that you're familiar with seeing if you're familiar with like Adobe Lightroom, super simple dials, and they're easy to use. From here, usually I like to choose my film profile, which film profiles in this situation really they represent the film stocks and the different styles of film that you can choose from, which they have 63 film profiles that you have an option from. And the reason why I like to choose my film profile first is because of the impact that it has on the image. Like if we go Portrait 400 here, you can see how this, changes the image. But then if we go something like, I don't know, Kodak Aero Color, you can see kind of how the blacks are a little bit deeper and it has a little bit more contrast. So I like to choose my film profile first and then do my adjustments because I want to know what kind of image I'm working with for the profile that I'm using. So I think in this shot, we'll start off with one of my favorites, which is going to be Fuji, we can find it here, right? Pro 400H. Very pleasant film stock here. So from here, we'll do our exposure adjustments because I think the shot is a little flat still. I think this is a relatively well exposed shot, so we probably don't need to do too much. But for now, maybe not film developer, which film developer is great to use as self-explanatory, right? Contrast boost, gamma corrections. I'm not gonna do an explanation of some of these tools just because if you're familiar with like DaVinci, they're pretty self-explanatory, but contrast boost, it's gonna boost the contrast, right? But for now, I'll show you guys the tools that I like using in my normal workflow with Dehancer. So Expand, easy tool. You know, you can deepen your blacks. So what we'll do here, get this image looking right, get the blacks right. The highlights in this shot, nothing's blown out. Everything's just really nice. I guess we'll tone it down a little bit here, just a little bit. Actually, we'll bring it back up a little bit. Uh, and then from here, we're looking pretty good. Honestly, we won't do anything with the print. The print is a very useful tool. One of my go-tos is the Kodak Endura glossy paper. It has a very nice look to it. I'm not gonna use it for this shot, but it is something that you can utilize. And you'll notice with most of the tools here, everything's built to really push a film look. And if you're going for an authentic film kind of style for your project, Dehancer literally has everything you need to do it. And just a super simple way, and it's super quick, and you don't have to worry about any of the extra complications of having an advanced understanding of any of this. Really, it's super simple. But from here, like I said, we won't use this for now. We'll take a look at film grain. Film grain, if you notice, film grain, halation, bloom, and most of these tools here towards the bottom, they have an 8mm to 65mm film threshold. 35 is really that middle ground, right? It's that nice in between. And if we turn this on, you can see that 35mm film. I usually like to go to custom route. I like to have control over the amount of grain, and I'll bump up the resolution. That way we can maintain some of our sharpness. Maybe bring down the amount. I don't think the size is too bad, but we'll bump down the mid-tones a little bit. Now you may be saying, maybe I'm taking away all the grain. Typically, I like using Dehancer because its grain isn't an overlay. It embeds itself into the footage to have a more authentic looking grain. I usually like to have a subtle grain that doesn't, you know, really take too much of my sharpness away. Unless I'm really going for a filmic look, then I'll bump the grain up, make the size bigger, make it more clunky. It just depends on what you're wanting to use it for. For this shot, I think we'll just keep a subtle grain. That way we're not affecting the shot too much, and we can just at least take off the digital edge a little bit. From here, halation, right? Super self-explanatory. Turn that on. You can see the halation that bumps on there. I think we'll keep it pretty moderate. If we were to turn on one of these no rim jets, you can see how intense that halation can get. But for now, we'll keep it basic, maybe 8mm normal halation here. I think that looks pretty good. Maybe we'll keep it where it's at. Bloom, probably my favorite tool because I've yet to really figure out how to do bloom properly in DaVinci. I know there's a way, but this bloom tool right here is literally like click a button and it's done. You could probably get away with not having a Pro Mist or any kind of diffusion filter sitting on top of your, or, you know, attached onto your lens. If you don't want a baked in look, you can go ahead and just do it in post with Dehancer. Super easy. Like I said, 35 or 8mm to 65mm range. If you want to go fine tune, we'll keep it at 35. If you want to fine tune, you can go into the custom route. You know, you can control the diffusion, you can amplify it, whatever you want to do, you can do it and have full control over it. For now, we'll just keep it at 35. Very nice looking bloom. Just to show you guys, we'll turn that off, turn it back on. It just looks really nice, and you can really get a dreamy look with this bloom. It just looks great. Really, and I think I've only been recording this section for a little under 6 minutes, and we have a very good looking grade already. Like some of these tools here, film damage, film breath, gate weave, overscan, I don't use them much. Like I said, all of these tools they're film emulation tools. You know, you can really go in and go all in on the film emulation, and you can get your image looking like you shot it on a film camera, really. So I won't cover these because I don't use them much, and I'm sure there's a review out there that somebody has a knowledge base on how those tools really work. For now, we'll kind of just stay in our realm. I think, you know what, we'll go back up here to print, and what we'll do here, we'll bring down the exposure a little bit, and then we'll actually use the film developer, and we'll give a little bit more contrast to the image, not too much. Okay, I won't really worry about these blacks. I think we have a very good looking image with really minimal effort. I think this is just a great example. Like, we have one node here. One node. One node, nothing too complicated. You can use Dehancer different ways. This is just one particular workflow. Sometimes I have a couple nodes. I have a color space transform on one. Maybe I'll have one node that has a few corrections with Dehancer, and then I'll finish it off with another node that has a few extra corrections. There's so many different ways you can do it. Either way it goes, you can do it in a very simple manner, and it's all manageable. And Dehancer has all the tools you want literally built into the plugin. And really that's it. Yeah. Kind of going into whether or not, I recommend Dehancer and just my overall thoughts about it. I think Dehancer is a amazing tool to have. I think having it, kind of in your toolkit to be able to kind of pump out a grade really quick. And also if you're really going for that film look, it's the perfect tool to have. It has all of the features that you would need. And it kind of just puts it all into one to where it's digestible and easy to understand. Now, can you produce the same results with the native DaVinci Resolve tools or whatever editing software you use? Yeah, probably. Will it be as easy? Probably not. Me personally, I've been spending a lot of time learning how to use DaVinci, but if you don't want to have a large node tree and deal with the different quirks, Dehancer is the perfect product to utilize, honestly. And I think you guys should check it out. And if you do want to check it out, you can use my code where I'll put somewhere on the screen, which is Stan Gatson Jr., and you will get 10% off on any one of their plugins that you decide to utilize. And yeah, that's kind of all I got for today. Thank you to Dehancer for allowing me to do this review. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all the support that you guys have been commenting and liking and just checking out my videos. It means the world to me. I should have another video coming to this channel very soon, which is probably going to be pretty special. So I'm excited for that, and I hope you guys are excited to see more from me. And yeah, that's all I got. Hope you guys have a great day, night, evening, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.